Hello everyone. Today's session will focus on building automation system. It is commonly known as BAS. The discussion will examine their structure, functions, and role within intelligent buildings. So the session begins with the definition and purpose of BAS, that is building automation system. It then explains the main system components, including field devices, controllers, servers, communication networks, and gateways. The discussion also explores energy management system, which enabled within building automation platform, and examines how monitoring, control, analytics, and optimization improve building performance. So the objective is to understand how building automation system operates as the operational core of intelligent buildings. So the first question which comes into our mind is, what is a building automation system? A building automation system is an integrated platform that monitors, controls, and optimizes mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems through centralized intelligence. The system typically controlled by building automation system including HVAC, lighting, power distribution, fire alarms, security system, access control, and elevators. One of the main reasons for centralization is operational coordination. Instead of managing systems separately, operators can monitor the entire building through a single dashboard. This centralization also enables automated interlock between systems. For example, during a fire event, the fire alarm systems can trigger HVAC shutdown automatically to prevent smoke spread in different areas of the building. Another important function is data logging. Building automation system or BUS continuously records operational information for compliance, diagnostic, and performance analysis. The scale of building automation system varies significantly. Small retail units may operate with only 50 control points, while airports or large campuses may contain hundreds of thousands of connected points. Building automation system, therefore, functions as the operational backbone of modern intelligent buildings. The building automation terminology and market context. See, different terms are often used within the building automation industry, like building automation system BAS, building management system BMS, and EMS, that is energy management system. They are frequently treated as interchangeable in practice. Building automation system refers broadly to buildings with their automation system. Building management system stands for building management system, and EMS is refers specifically to energy management system with an energy focus functions. So the market for building automation system is expanding rapidly. This slide indicates that global building automation market was valued at approximately $120 billion in 2023 and is projected to grow significantly by 2032. This rapid growth reflects increasing emphasis on energy efficiency, operational optimization, and intelligent building technologies. An important insight is also highlighted here. Building automation system is no longer only about automation. Modern building automation platform depend heavily on analytics and data interpretation. Without analytics, automation alone provide very limited values. So, building automation system is a three-tier architecture. The building automation systems are commonly organized into three-tier architecture. The first tier is the field level. Field level. This includes sensors, actuators installed throughout the building. Temperature sensors, occupancy sensors, VAV boxes, dampers, and lighting relays all are operate at this level. The second tier is the supervisory level. This includes direct digital controllers, and building automation servers. Controllers process field information locally, while the building automation servers manages scheduling, alarms, and system-wide coordination. The third tier is the enterprise level. This includes operators, workstations, graphical interfaces, flow plans, trade graphs, and integration gateways. Each tier performs a distinct role, but all tiers operate together as part of a unified control system. This three-tier structure improves scalability and allow buildings to manage complex operations effectively. Building automation components. They are field devices. Field devices from the physical interface between the building automation system and the built environment. So sensors collect information. These are the sensors which collect information about indoor and outdoor conditions. So temperature sensors measure thermal condition, while airflow and pressure sensors support HVAC balancing and system control. Carbon dioxide and air quality sensors support ventilation management. Occupancy sensor detect human presence, while lux sensors measure daylight intensity for daylighting control. Energy and power meters monitor electricity consumptions and operational performance. Then the actuators. Actuators perform physical actions in response to control commands. Example includes VAV boxes and control valves. Dampers, actuators, lighting dimmers, relay panels, and variable speed drivers. Electric heating elements and access control devices may also operate as actuator within building automation environment. Together, sensors and actuators create the physical feedback loop that allows intelligent building controls. Then comes building component field controller, that is direct digital controllers or DDC. They provide distributed intelligence within building automation system. Each controller manages a specific subsystem. For example, one controller may manage an air handling units, while another controllers chilled water circulation. So DDC run control algorithm locally even if the building automation system or bus serve connections fails. Even if the building automation system or BAS server connection fails, the controller can continue operating independently. Controllers receive analog and digital inputs from sensors and send output to actuator. Communication occurs through both field buses and system buses. Protocols such as BACnet, IP, and Modbus are commonly used for controller communication. DDC also store schedules, set points, and alarm threshold. Some controllers are factory configured, while others are programmed on site using graphical tools. Distributed control improve reliability because local system continue operating even if high level system experience interruptions. So next is supervisory controllers and operator workstations. The supervisory controllers or bus servers aggregates information from all fields of controller without the build. So it hosts BAS softwares and databases, manages global schedules, generates alarm, and archives trend logs for analysis and compliance. So the building automation system or bus server may also connect with enterprise systems such as ERP and maintenance management platforms. Operator workstations provide the graphical interface used by facility management teams. These interfaces display floor plan, real-time operational data, train graphs, and alarm dashboards. Operator can manually override systems or adjust set points when required. Modern building automation system platform increasingly support remote access through web browser and cloud hosted in interface. This combination of centralized data management and graphical visualization improves operational awareness and decision making. In building automation components, the next point is communication network, which is very important. It consists of several communication layers designed for different operational requirements. The field bus connects sensors and actuators with connectors. Common protocol includes BASnet, MS, TP, Modbus, RTU, and LOM. Field buses typically support many devices over short distance with relatively low bandwidth requirement. The system bus connects DDCs with the BAS server, BACnet IP, and Modbus TCP. These are commonly used because they support higher bandwidth through internet infrastructure. Next is integration gateway. Integration gateways are also important. These devices connect legacy systems or third-party equipment with building automation network. For example, Modbus RTU chillers may communicate with BACnet IP server through a protocol converter. Communication networks therefore provide the interoperability required for integrated building operations. Next comes BAC communication protocols. Server communication protocols dominate the building automation industry. BACnet is one of the most widely used standards, developed under ASHRAE standard 135. It supports vendor-neutral interoperability and operates through both field and system bus configuration. Modbus originated within industrial automation and remain common in chiller, meters, and HVAC systems because of its simplicity and reliability. KNX is especially common in Europe for intelligent and residential automation applications. LONWORK is another protocol still present in many older building automation system installation, particularly in transportation and utility infrastructure. The existence of multiple protocol creates interoperability challenges, but open standards help reduce dependency on proprietary systems. Energy Management System or EMS embedded in building automation platform. It functions as the energy focused component within building automation system platform. The primary objective of EMS is to monitor and optimize energy use across all building systems. One major function is energy monitoring. The system tracks electricity consumption, peak demand, power factors, and carbon intensity in real time. Another important function is load control. During peak demand periods, non-critical load can be reduced or switched off temporarily to reduce utility charges. Energy management platforms also perform optimization functions. Optimal start and stop algorithms calculate the minimum HVAC operating time, which is required to achieve comfort conditions efficiently. EMS therefore transform building automation from a single or simple automation platform into an energy optimization system. So, the core functions of energy management systems are the energy monitoring enables detailed analysis of building energy performance. The building automation systems continuously measures energy consumption, demand, and power quality. This support compliance with standards such as Energy Star and NABERS. Demand control ventilation is another major function. Ventilation rates adjust according to actual occupancy rather than operating continuously at maximum design rate. So, carbon dioxide sensors provide occupancy related feedback, reducing unnecessarily ventilation energy consumption. Submetering measures energy use at zone or tenant level. This supports benchmarking, billing, and identification of inefficient areas. Next comes fault detection and diagnosis, commonly called FDD. So, fault detection and diagnosis or FDD automatically identifies operational faults that waste energy or reduce controls. These functions demonstrate how EMS support both operational efficiency and performance transparency. The optimal start and stop of energy management system calculates the minimum preconditioning time required to achieve indoor comfort conditions exactly when occupancy begins. The building automation consider outdoor temperature, indoor temperature, building thermal mass, and HVAC capacity before determining startup time. This prevents unnecessarily early operation during mild weather conditions. Optimal stop works in the opposite manner. So, HVAC systems shut down before occupancy ends while relying on stored thermal energy to maintain comfort temporarily. The slide indicates that optimal start and stop strategies can reduce HVAC energy consumptions by approximately 5 to 15%. This function demonstrates how building automation system uses predictive logic rather than fixed schedule alone. In demand and controlled ventilation or DCY, we able to adjust fresh air supply according to indoor carbon dioxide concentration. Carbon dioxide level act as indicators of occupancy density. Fresh outdoor air normally contains approximately 400 parts per million to carbon dioxide, while indoor comfort thresholds are commonly around 1000 parts per million. Building automation system compares measured CO2 level with target values and adjusts dampers accordingly. When occupancy increases, fresh air intake increases. When occupancy decreases, ventilation rate reduces automatically. This strategy reduces the energy required to heat or cool outdoor air. DCV is especially effective in space with variable occupancy such as auditorium, classrooms, conference rooms, and retail environments. Submetering. Submetering installs energy meters below the main utility meter at zones, floors, or tenant level. The building automation system collects this information and provides detailed energy consumption data. One major advantage is accurate tenant level billing. Submetering also supports benchmarking against standards such as ASHRAE, Energy Star, GRIHA, and LEED. Another benefit is identification of high consumption areas requiring retrofit or operational environment. Submeters may measure electricity consumption, demand, reactive power, harmonic distortion, gas consumption, and water use. Granular monitoring therefore improves both operational management and energy accountability. Fault detection and diagnosis automatically identifies deviation from expected operating conditions. So one common fault is simultaneously heating and cooling within the same air handling system. This wastes significant energy unnecessarily. So another frequent issue is leaking or stuck valve that causes excessive cooling or heating. Economizer faults may prevent system from using favorable outdoor air condition for free cool. Sensors drift is another important problem because inaccurate sensor lead to incorrect control responses. Excessive runtime outside scheduled operating hours also create direct energy waste. So fault detection and diagnosis system detect these type of conditions automatically before they accelerate into larger operational or equipment failure. Next is load shedding and peak demand management. Utility tariffs often include demand charges because on peak electricity consumption, load shedding prevents buildings from exceeding predefined demand threshold. The building automation system continuously monitors building power demands. When demand approaches the threshold, this system temporarily switches off selected non-critical loads. Critical systems such as life safety equipment, medical systems, and emergency lighting remain protected. Non-critical systems may include decorating lighting, supplementary cooling, car park ventilation, or electric water heaters. After the peak demand intervals, ends, load are restored automatically. This strategy reduces electricity cost while maintaining essential building operations. Next is building automation in action that towards HVAC control. HVAC systems presents the large energy consumption in most commercial buildings. The building automation system controls air handling units by adjusting fan speed, supply air temperature, and damper positions according to demand conditions. Chillers sequencing ensures that chillers start and stop efficiently while disturbing operating hours evenly across the equipment. Zone level VAV controllers adjust airflow according to thermal requirements within individual space. Night setback strategies relax temperature set points during unoccupied hours to reduce energy consumptions. Night purge cycles may also use cool outdoor air to pre-cool the building thermal mass before occupancy begins. So these functions demonstrate how building automation improves HVAC efficiency, comfort, and equipment life simultaneously. Now we comes to the building automation system in action for lighting control. So lighting control systems accounts for substantial share of commercial building energy use. Occupancy-based lighting control switches lights on or off automatically depending on whether the space are occupied or not. Daylighting harvesting uses photosensors to reduce artificial lighting when sufficient daylight is available. This scheduled switching aligns lighting operations with occupancy schedules while allowing temporary after hours override when necessary. So these strategies reduces energy waste while maintaining appropriate visual comfort conditions. Next is building automation integration with fire alarms and safety systems. So fire alarms are generally standalone for safety and code compliances reasons. But BAS integration enables coordinated response. During a fire event, HVAC systems shut down to limit smoke spread. Stairs, pressurization, fan active, lift turns, stair, pressurization, fan activate, lift return to ground level, and access control system release door for evacuation. So the building automation system or bus monitors these events and display alarm information or operate workstation. Integration may occur through hardwired relay connects or through communication protocols such as BSE-NET and Modbus. Access control integration allows occupancy related information to support HVAC optimization also. So bus data and the value layer platforms generate enormous amount of operational data. Trend logs store historical reading for temperature, flows, and energy use. Alarm logs record operational events, timestamps, and acknowledgements. The real value lies not in raw data itself, but in the analytics applied to it. Cloud analytics performs use machine learning to identify operational anomalies maintenance need, and performance traits. Bus data also integrates with digital twins, enabling simulation and scenario analysis. Analytics therefore transform building automation into the intelligent operational platforms rather than simple automation. Building automation in the smart building ecosystem. Traditional building automation platforms are evolving into broader IoT enabled smart building ecosystem. Wireless IoT sensors extended monitoring capabilities without extensive cable. Cloud BAS platforms aggregates multiple building within unified dashboard. Response systems allow building automation system platforms to interact with utility grid during high demand periods. Renewable energy integration enables bus coordination of photovoltaic system, batteries, and electric vehicles charging infrastructure. The role of bus is therefore expanding beyond building control towards integrated energy and operational management. Building automation in the Indian built environment context. So, the building automation system in the Indian built environment context, we can say BAS adoption in India is increasingly in place because of energy regulations, green building programs, and rising electricity cost. The Energy Conservation Building Code requires BAS or equivalent energy monitoring systems for large buildings. GRIHA and IGBC rating systems are also encourage building automation system implementation through sustainability credits. Typical applications includes IT campuses, commercial mall, airport terminals, hospital complexes, and smart city projects. However, several challenges remain. The challenges includes high upfront cost, limited availability of skilled commissioning professionals, interoperability issues, and legacy system, and unreliable internet connectivity in some regions. These factors influence how building automation system technologies are implemented within the Indian built environments. So, at the time of summarizing this particular discussion, we can say that building automation system provides integrated monitoring and control for mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems within intelligent buildings. The bus structure operates through three main levels. First is field devices, supervisory system, and enterprise integration. Energy management system embedded within building automation system platforms support monitoring, load shedding, demand controlled ventilation, sub-metering, fault detection, and optimization strategies. The key insight presented throughout the session is that the true value of bus lies not only in automation but in the operational intelligence generated through data analysis. So, this is all for this discussion. These are the references. Thank you for your patient learning.